And we are live, guys. How's it going, Clyde? What's up, Jason?
Oh, great. How about yourself?
Going good, man. Going good. Can't complain. Got the work Christmas party tonight, so resting up for that. What you guys both wearing today, watch wise?
Well, actually, I pulled a few things that I went to opened one of my boxes I haven't been in a while. So I actually pulled up the probably need to change the avatar, the Jung's pre-bund.
Okay, nice. What
Jungmann.
about you? What about you, Jason?
There we go.
Greetings from Aruba. Yes, I'm wearing my Zelos Starfighter right now.
Nice, nice.
I recently reviewed this. I have a video up and live since yesterday. This is the first piece that I'm going to be returning to Zelos. So
Okay. Yeah, I
that's
love Zelos. I mean,
What?
you
Okay.
can't beat the brand.
Why are you returning it?
well, typically when I review watches, my stipulation is that I keep the watch
Oh,
as
oh,
part of my production cost. So
oh.
that's a little insider thing there when reviewing watches. So most of the watches that I've been reviewing in my channel, I get to keep as part of the deal. This is the first one that I need to like deliver back or send back as a part of the deal.
Okay.
In other words, they
So
said
I'm
we want it back. In other words,
yeah. And I can understand, I mean, like, I know how much my video production relatively cost if they
Sorry.
went to a professional to ask them to do it. So it's not gonna be as anywhere near the cost of the actual watch. I understand that, but I mean, it's good content, and it's nice to have the watch for a while in your wrist. So I'm making sure that I take as much time as I have while I have it here before I send it next week.
I'm wearing a personal grill watch today. I got to get in the vault at work, and I'm wearing a Vacheron Overseas. This is the dual time black
Nice.
dial. This is loving this piece.
yeah, it's kind of funny. Our little kiss Chris has grown up on us. You know,
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
well,
Flexing on
here's
us.
this here's this little micro brand that I've tried it out and I bought it for $50. Now it's like, looky here, it's a Vacheron Constance and
Hey, I never thought I'd be able to get to wear one of these, so I'm definitely enjoyed the opportunity. We got Neo in the house, Thomas Burnett, Slats Man. What's up, guys? Job's going great. Slats Man can't complain. Slats Man says he's wearing his buddy's Tudor 925. Nice.
oh,
I hear you, Neo. What's up, Joe? How you doing, bud?
well,
Hey,
the
Joe.
I actually had something
Welcome to the
funny. I had.
stream.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm done. I just wanted to welcome him.
Oh, well, the funny thing is we've got two tutor people here in my little flyover town of the flyover states, and they both contacted me within like an hour. Like, you could tell they just opened up. And it's just like, hey, one of them said, I've got the 920. I mean, I've got the Black Bay 58 in gold, and the other one is I've got the Black Bay 58 in silver. I'm thinking, wow, on the same day, that's two different dealerships. That's kind of weird. I guess Tudor's trying to get those watches out there right before the holidays.
And
But
I think
oddly,
they're a
no
little
one
more
offered me a
obtainable.
bronze though.
See what?
No one offered me a bronze though.
We've ran across a couple. I can't remember if we have one in stock right now or not. I don't think we do. But we ran across a couple of people selling
Well,
those.
since you're a dealer now, Chris, do you actually like hold off your stock for the holidays? Or
No. I mean, from what I see, we pretty much sell. I mean, there's obviously certain pieces I
constantly?
can't say on camera
Of course, yes.
that we hold for certain clients because we have some pretty heavy hitters that we can't post anywhere. You know. But other than that, we don't really hold pieces per se. Like if it's up, it's for sale, pretty much.
Well,
Mm.
the thing, yeah, watch dealers are like sharks. They're constantly moving.
Mm-hmm.
If they quit moving, they're dead.
Always
True,
buying,
true,
always selling.
true.
Where is it? Nice.
Nice.
I love the Pelagos. I think I might end up picking one of those up. Not the FXD or whatever, but the probably just the regular Pelagos, the blue one.
I am a fan. I am a fan of that gray, though. I do love.
The silver one?
The LHD left-hand
Mhm.
drive.
Yeah, those are killer watches for sure. I would say they compete head to head with the Sea Dweller, wouldn't you, Clyde?
No,
You don't think so?
let's be honest. No, I mean, are they really good watches? Yes, they are. Are they probably better watches for money? I would agree to that. Are they up the same level of quality as a Sea Dweller? No.
I gotcha.
What's your wrist size, Clive?
7.5.
Oh, okay. It's an inch larger than mine. I tried wearing the Pelagos. I wanted to have either the LHD or the powder blue before the
But not only that, my wrist
FXD.
is also larger too.
Yeah, well, I can't pull it off. It's just too thick.
Sorry.
I'm not gonna address that. Well, the thing is, like, yeah, I can't pull it off. My wrist is like just too small and narrow, so and too flat. I guess it's too flat. That's the thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, this the Pelagos. But what I was saying though, I feel like size wise, it probably competes with the Sea Dweller, wouldn't you say?
Okay,
Yeah. Well, the Sea Dweller's like a lot heftier looking, or no, not looking, but feeling on the wrist. But none of them I could like pull off. I mean, it's such a shame.
Slatsman's agreeing with Clyde. He says he agrees with you, Rancher. He thinks the only thing that Tudor does better than the Sea Dweller is the clasp. And then Thomas Burnett's same design atelier. Jason, were you impressed with the Zealous Starfighter?
Yes. If I have the chance or the ability to just keep it here, I would keep it. It's in my video I actually mentioned it feels like a Zenith El Primero that's just 2 millimeters larger.
Okay, I don't think I've seen that.
If they sold out of all the other ones, would that mean that you had the last Starfighter?
Yeah, that's probably the. Yeah, I remember that movie too. Probably could be correct because by the time I send this back, likely all of the other units have sold out.
Yeah.
So it theoretically could be the last Starfighter.
Okay. I hadn't seen that model yet. It's a chronograph?
It's a chronograph, yeah. It really feels like a Zenith El Primero with a Zelos dial.
Nice. And Neo said, "Oh, sorry, I was just gonna say what Neo's saying. He's saying if you want better jewelry, Rolex will always beat Tudor."
Yeah, that's true. The funny part is that it's kind of like razors. I've just been, when you cut down on the watch consumption, it's amazing the money you've got.
Yeah,
it's like, oh wow, I've got all this money. Oh, that's why I haven't been buying watches. But actually, a couple of things I picked up like Black Friday sales was the T2 by Rockwell, the adjustable one.
Okay,
and I actually picked up a pre-owned Rossonel Sailor for the 2021 model, and it's almost kind of like corollary of the same thing. The T2 is basically really base metals in the middle of it, but well made. The Rossonel, the Sailor, on the other hand, is all stainless steel, precision. It's almost like a medical instrument. But sometimes shaving with it, I'm actually preferring the T2, oddly enough, just because of the grip and the weight distribution. But the stainless steel one, which is pretty damned expensive for a double-edged razor, is almost jewelry-like.
Okay, I like that. The chronograph looks pretty. How much are they, Jason?
They're $1,400.
That's the Zelos, right?
Yeah.
What movement, Salida?
Yeah, no, it's an EDA 2894.
Okay.
And to address what Thomas Burnett mentioned, no, it's not as good as the El Primero because the El Primero is like super crisp, and maybe Rancher can attest to that. These ETA chronographs, they're good enough, for the cost, but they're nowhere near the El Primero's crispness. There's
It is
some
a good looking
retention there
watch.
but it's a nice looking watch.
Would you put it up there with, say, like Monta quality?
Well, and
Better.
it's also $1,000. I mean, actually, the quality you're getting for $1,000.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
And this is coated with that anti-scratch substance that they've been using on their titanium watches. Barely a scratch on this because of
And
that coating.
Elshin knows how to build a watch. I mean, his
Man.
quality control when he comes up with stuff is and this is coming from somebody
Phenomenal.
that I've always bought one or two pieces from. He's never sent one to me for free or anything.
Yeah.
But the quality for what you get, they get better and better every model. I feel like.
Indeed. And look at that dome and that box crystal. Super nice. I love it.
It's a good looking chrono.
It is.
What colorways do they come in?
Excuse me. Sorry.
What colorways did they? What options did he come out with?
They came with a blue. There's an all loom dial. There's an aventurine and a meteorite. Oh, there's a Spitfire dial that actually came from an aircraft. I don't remember the aircraft, but those like metals, they actually like use that as the dial. That's what I understood.
Okay. Thomas is asking what was our favorite El Primero releases this year? The A385 Cappuccino, which I do like that one. I think Rick has one of those if I remember correct. The Chronomaster original reverse panda or the A386. I kind of like the reverse panda. What about you guys?
Which one is the one that everyone kind of slams on for looking too much like the
Zaytona? We actually have one of those in. That's a watch I want to add to my personal collection at some point. I like that we have a white dial, and it's a good looking watch.
So it's a panda.
Mm-hmm.
So, how much are those things going for secondhand? Are they?
I
MSRP
think we
or
have
what?
it for around 10. I think 10 or 11. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. I think we have it for around 10 or 11.
And that's in excess of MSRP, right? Not a whole lot.
I think MSRP is right about 10. I think, isn't it?
Okay,
So,
so
like,
I'm not going to ask you how you sleep at night. So, all right.
Oh, I won't tell you what price we got it at. I can't disclose that, but
No.
I can say we got it good.
Business is business, man.
So,
Right.
Yeah,
But-
honestly, I'm not really that that hyped with Zenith's like offerings this year. I think the Chronomaster last year. That was last year, right?
I think so.
That made a bigger impact than whatever they released this year. Because if I had to like look it up, I mean, nothing stuck in my mind.
And apparently the
design-wise.
Zaytonas are hard to get too, just like everything else. Because when I talked to AD I worked with before I came up here, I guess there's a long wait list for those even.
Yeah, that's good for Zenith.
Yeah.
Well,
That's good for Zenith.
Well, yeah, okay, it is. But in my opinion, anything that has captured the consumer attention, or even the people in the watch market, it's going to be hard to get. Everything is hard to get right now. I think it's such a seller's market. So
yeah, it's the same with the Air Jordans, the same with the Supreme stuff.
Yeah.
I've got like I said, I've got almost from like early 2000s El Primero, and it's almost like a Zenith got it on with a Hublot. And
I do like the Defies. Those are killer looking
Yes, the
watches.
Defiance. I love the Defiance. The one that I had, not I had, but I mean the one that I reviewed was simply amazing. you cannot imagine how light that forged carbon case was. The
Mhm.
Carl Cox Defy. It's and the thing is like if you look at the review, it had like a secret feature like the bezel, the forged carbon bezel actually has loom embedded on it. So when you have it charged and you go to a nightclub or something, you'd see it light up.
Neo, sorry to interrupt, Jason. Neo is saying cream of wheat's hard to find in his city. What city are you in, Neo? Well, I don't remember where you live at, bud.
Yeah,
You're
and
not in the Philippines, right, Neo?
well, yeah. Now, on the other hand, I've been doing quite well recently, flipping, a multi-meal. So, nuts.
Oh
Jesus.
man.
I've been flipping
But
corn of wheats, cream of wheats here.
I just usually eat a bagel myself in the morning. Bagel and a
So
cup of coffee.
I have a question for you, Chris.
What's up?
So ever since you got to that new job, uh, how has your watch taste changed, or if it changed at
Actually,
all?
it really hasn't much. I still like the affordable stuff. Like I like that Zelos, and I'll probably still dabble in that a lot because that's the price range I like. Because I mean, now I can obviously kind of wear. I'm lucky enough to be able to wear kind of whatever now. I have access to it, so my watch packing's kind of stopped for a little bit. But
So they
I'll
allow
probably.
you to like walk around with it, like
Well, this is actually the
where?
first time I've actually worn, but I haven't asked either though. Like this is the first time I've been able to like wear one of the pieces that they have there. But this is obviously for the work party because we're gonna be filming. We film everything, so we'll be filming that tonight. But yeah, this is the first time I've been able to actually, and I'm sure if I asked, they're all real cool. Roman, Adrian, all of them. Like I said, they're just like they are off camera. So I mean, I'm sure if I asked, I could probably wear stuff, but I haven't yet. So, and I think I'll probably wear a little bit more now. So, but it hasn't really changed my perception like on like different watches and stuff. I still like the Seikos. I still like the micro brands, stuff like that. So it's still
Nice.
it hasn't changed. Like I know that stuff I'm obviously going to lose money on, but you don't buy that to make money on them anyways. It's just something you buy because you like.
Right, right. Have you bought anything to commemorate the new
Not
job?
yet. Not yet. I haven't. Probably first of the year. I'm waiting to get my place here. I'll probably get a place here in another couple months, more than likely. Probably like January, February, more than likely.
Nice.
Try to get a place, closer to work. So
Awesome, awesome.
and then I'll start buying a little bit, buying a little more here and there watches.
Yeah.
Something to commemorate.
I'm also kind of the proponent of I've heard the saying for everything you gain, there's something you lose.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds fair.
Well, yeah, and here for me, the latest thing is that Urban Jurgensen.
Mm-hmm.
Every other watch with the display case back that I've got, I look at it now and say, oh.
It's spoiled, yeah, huh?
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. You know why? The thing is, ever since I had that Shiva's partnership and seeing these crazy pieces, the Roger Dubuis, all of those decorated movements, I have a traditional VC traditional that's going to be up in the next few days.
Nice.
It's simply hard to compare now all the other watches that I've handled, like the micro brands. I know, like I've been saying that in the past in the videos that yeah, this is good quality or this is on par with this kind of brand.
Bang
But
for
once
buck.
once you break that, there's a certain level. I mean, I don't know how you call it. I mean, we call it luxury. There's even entry level
Yeah.
luxury, like Rolex is entry level luxury and whatnot. But once you go up like the 10, 20,000 mark, I don't know. I mean, that's how I measure that barrier. The quality is just totally. There's a big gap. You
Oh
cannot
yeah.
compare it anymore.
There definitely is. Like I could tell I mean, I've obviously never handled so much Rolex in my life until I came here, and I could tell why people love the brand. Like the gold, I'm not a big gold person, but the gold, like Rolex does gold so well. Like my favorite Rolex, Thomas is asking what's probably my favorite piece I've held or handled. I kind of like, believe it or not, the Oyster Flex Daytona with the probably the chocolate dial. Probably the most, and I kind of like it because it's kind of an under the radar kind of Rolex. Unless you look at it, you don't know. I mean, for gold, obviously, but if you don't, with the Oyster Flex band, it's just kind of under the radar. I kind of prefer those to the stainless Daytonas. What about you guys?
Sorry, what was the question again?
No, Thomas was asking what's the nicest watch I've seen, not necessarily cost wise at work, but that I've handled. And I mentioned the Oyster Flex Daytona. I really like those.
Hold on. I can answer that without saying a word. There we go.
To me, in all honesty, the maybe this is the designer getting to me. You know, the new not the new, the old HYT H2 that I just reviewed, the one that's like bigger than a G-Shock. That really impressed me more than the others that I've reviewed. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just so enamored with innovative or like weird technology. You know, wow, what is that?
Underachieving watch collector said TGV bought a day date to celebrate his employment with Watchbox. Don't buy a day date. That's bad karma. First of all, I don't think Roman would let me waste my money on a day date. He'd probably just let me borrow the thing.
Well, look, to be fair, yeah, like what many people are saying, I have like that impression with Rolexes before. Maybe that's because of the lack of experience. But now that you will see a lot more of Rolexes everywhere, you would really see why people would say, "Oh, this is really entry level quality." Like
Yeah,
when I look back to my videos, that JLC the dive watch that the Memo Box Polaris, that alone, the quality finishing on that surpasses any of the Rolexes I've seen. I mean, in all honesty,
I love GLC.
the thing is like I cannot say that before until I actually handled one. I mean, it's we're like gripping into like minute details here and there, but the satin finish on that on JLC could not be compared to what Rolex is bringing. I don't know.
We just got a green dial reverso in one of the hard to get ones. Those ones are actually pretty nice looking pieces. The medium size reverso.
Oh yeah. And actually, one of the pieces I've seen that is nicer, it looks so different in the middle, is the Brigade Type 20.
Oh yeah, those are definitely ones you got to see in person. The Type 20, I don't know, but I might prefer the Type 20 over the Speedy. I don't know.
Well, it looks a lot nicer. It looks a lot finer. It's almost jewelry-like in its appearance and its construction, I think. And I think the Speedmaster, despite everything else, all the improvements, it's still retaining more of a true tool watch aesthetic.
Definitely.
My wife was just telling me she just flipped one of my watches. Somebody's gonna pick it up in 30 minutes. I'm not gonna say which one it is, but
okay.
I gotcha. Hey, Roman really loved your video, by the way, Justin. He said you did great editing.
Yeah, well, I didn't have much time. 30 seconds is not enough time. I had fun. It was just I had like an idea. I know I didn't have a good story. I don't have a good story to tell. Roman's not gonna.
We'll announce. I can't say who, but we'll announce the winner. I think either Monday's video or probably maybe next week after that. I can't remember when.
Chris, we're not supposed to talk about it.
And, well, I said I'm not gonna say who the winner is or any of the
I know, I
finalists.
know.
So, but yeah, there's a lot of great entries there though.
Now, Jason,
So,
which Roger Dubuis did you get your hands on?
I have the Excalibur, and right now the Excalibur Spider. They also have a tourbillon here, but I'm waiting for the cycle to come in so that I could review that watch.
Well,
But I'm really impressed with how the architecture of the movement is made there, and I could see why it's kind of disrupting what uh, people's impressions of high horology is, because it is very very different to what you would expect compared to Patek and other, like, Breguets and Ulysse Nardin.
well, and the thing is, I've got an easy diver, and the thing it made me appreciate the brand. At first, I used to, of course, like just being a smart aleck, I would call it Rogers Debris. But
No, but I understand why people may hate it, because it kind of like goes in the direction of Richard Mille
you blow.
and Hublot.
Of course, on the
I
other hand,
get
it's like,
that.
does your diver have a Geneva seal? I don't think so.
Yeah, well, that's really flexing, really, to be honest. But I agree how they could achieve that seal. It's kind of tough,
Yeah.
because like, if you see how impossibly like thin those struts are that hold the gears, and they had to like really move around the whole. Yeah, it's they really had to design the whole movement around the concept of having those star geometries and whatnot in that dial.
Well,
I appreciate what they're doing.
the thing is, though, I've had discussions. You've heard about of course, the Philippe Dufour simplicity, right?
Hmm.
Someone sent me some like the Roger Dubuis a couple of like homage watches that predates it, and you could tell that Philippe was definitely looking over Roger's shoulder when he designed the simplicity.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, but I
And
try to, like,
those Roger Dubuis used to be nothing. You almost would trip over them out.
yeah,
out yeah.
exactly. But I think they deserve a little bit more attention. It's not that I'm saying that because, like, I'm being sponsored by Shivas or whatnot. They're not paying me to do this. I
No,
mean,
no.
but I really do appreciate how well, maybe my opinion may change the moment that I get that an FPJ or one of those higher horology pieces that I've never come, because I've been wrong before. I have a very different opinion, like just a few months ago, just a year ago,
So
because all I
you're saying you're not in fact Jesus Christ, that you're in fact fallible, right?
well,
I've been
yes.
wrong before. Well, that's
Yes,
it.
I mean, humbly, yes. Because I mean, look, that's the thing. I mean, I was really hard headed back in the day too. Also, I'm gonna admit that, because this is one thing that Dane really taught me. He said that, hey, it's hard to make a review channel without actually handling the watches. So I sought out to, like, prove Dane wrong and make a watch channel that doesn't rely on handling the watches firsthand. But then, as I actually, I actually, I'm pretty proud that I'm actually able to do that in the early days of the channel. I was able to make videos of just reporting news, right? But then, as I actually handle the watches, and then as the watches progressively become better, I just realized what an ignorant person I am to say that in the first place to Dane, because he has a point. You have to handle these watches firsthand for you to truly appreciate what they are. Because I mean, I could read up the history, I could read up Google info about it and appreciate the way, or appreciate the journey how that watch came to be. But when it's there in front of you and trying to, like, decipher what makes this watch tick, all puns intended, that's when you truly realize, okay, you really do have to experience a watch, no matter how big it may be, wear it in your wrist, and make an actual subjective or objective review of it. And he was right, and that also changed my perception. Now, yeah, I used to view Rolex differently, something like of a higher level for my taste and experience. But now, with as I experienced, like you listener done, like the one that I reviewed from another company, that one was like impressive, impressive in just the way how they cut the corners, how sharp the angles are, and yet it's delicately molded. It's amazing, and I've never seen that before. And I could now understand why this one costs like $50,000. I rambled.
That's kind of like
It was a
me
good
with
ramble. It was a
like
good ramble.
Richard Mille. Like I never was a big Richard Mille fan. I mean, it's probably not personally a watch I would ever own, but having handled him now, it's like I can see the quality. I can see why people like him so much. You know?
Yeah, and look, I appreciate too, like what Rancher said, like a number of times. If you multiply or if you try and calculate the cost of a Zelos and multiply it 10 times to reach the amount of a Rolex would cost, is it really 10 times better? Probably not. But now I understand why these margins are so humongous. And you could now see which brands actually, oh, okay, this one costs that much while this brand costs this much. Maybe you could now have form in your opinion in your head why margins play better in the favor of Rolex, while in others, like maybe Zenith, for example, doesn't care much about margins. They just want to make good watches. Like Watchfinder made a good video the other, was it a month ago, about that El Primero that was like so cheap. It's like I think $30,000, but it's like horologically impressive that you would
Yeah.
typically see on $100,000 watch.
What's up, Junior? How you doing, bud?
Hey JJ.
But yeah, that's definitely just like you were saying. I mean, you can't really knock a watch until you see it handled in person. Like Panerai was one of those ones. Like I never thought I would. Just, pictures don't do Panerai justice. You can tell the quality whenever you see them in person. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, Panerai is a totally different beast in my opinion. I mean, they have like sort of a mix of using other people's design and heritage, and then selling that off in their own quality and spinning it off with their own twist. But yeah, I've never had an opinion until I handled one.
You guys got any holiday purchase plans for watches?
If Rancher's still there.
No, actually, at this point, I'm involved in this watch project I'm not really supposed to be talking about, and that's kind of absorbing all my attention. I'm still involving if I still want to make a play on the Bomb and Mercier with the hidden FP Journe movement in it, but
The vintage, correct?
right. Well, yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Neo said he's come to the conclusion that micro brand have been hijackers by posers selling AliExpress watches with
Jason,
massive markup,
I'll
$80
tell you a little bit
Pagani.
more. I'll tell you a little bit more about it after the broadcast ends if you want to stick around for a second.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, we can do that. Well, I guess we're going on about 35 minutes now. You guys about ready to call it a day then?
I just want to address one that thing that Neo said. Can you pull it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. He said here, he came to the conclusion that micro brands have been hijackers of posers. But, to be honest, many of those posers, those AliExpress manufacturers, are the same manufacturers that these micro brands go to.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with that. Because I've talked to two of them, and they're the same brands.
They all work with the same factory, right?
They all come from I think 4 or 5 different manufacturers in China. Those are and the thing is, like, surprisingly, one of those actually make class for Doxa and for Hublot and
Okay.
cases too. So
And to be honest, at one point I had like
Wait, was it Squale?
I'm not gonna say that
Squale.
because I'm working with them. I cannot say that.
Squale.
But that's the
That's
thing. I mean, in China, that's where the manufacturers come in, because you can bring margins and they have the expertise already. I mean, it doesn't mean that if it's coming from China or AliExpress, it means that it's bad. But for those that are being advertised in AliExpress, those are the mass-produced ones, and you could see a lot of QC issues there, because they won't care. Unlike the micro brands, the micro brands actually care for their own brand, because they're just starting off. If you say something bad about them, they're not gonna sell whatever meager 500 units they have. But the ones in AliExpress, they're selling it in the tens of thousands, so they won't care.
Mm-hmm.
The quality is not there, at least with the micro brands. I've heard of that, because like this I can mention, because he himself mentioned it. Solas, you remember Solas, the one with the Aventurine dial with the micro rotor movement, the first one to do that. He had to ask the manufacturer to redo some of the stuff that they did, because it wasn't up to his standards. Yeah, it will cost him a bit, shipping and whatnot, and refinishing and all that, but he cared for the brand, and he didn't even have much of a margin. He funded it with his own money, and these are the things that micro brands have to go through just to make sure that they have a good quality product out there. And I have contact with some of them. I wanted to launch my own micro brand, but my own limitations here is like hindering me. But I feel their pain, you know. But it's not definitely not the same quality as what you'd see in those $80, $100 AliExpress.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously direct knockoffs of the real pieces, but for the $80 you pay, they're fairly good quality, I gotta say.
Yeah, well, they have the molds already. Once you have the molds, it's a matter of trying to make sure that all of the finishes are in the same quality. But you have to keep in mind that the more units you produce, the more people you need to QC these watches. Elshan himself quality controls each and every unit that he has, and it takes him a lot of time, weeks, just to make sure that all of his units are really good enough, you know.
Yeah.
And that's one person, and that's the CEO of the brand.
What are you guys' thoughts on Roar of the Tiger saying after seeing the Type 20, including the old and new Orions or Air Raids? But I've come across the Longines A7 monoposter chronograph. Any thoughts from the panel?
I've run across that. I've seen that. They have one particular type that was a limited edition that did not have the date, and I love that. To me, that ranks up there with the night. If I could find one of those for a good price, I'll jump on it without the date. But go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, respond to Neo's. I've actually had a Janelle. They sent one in. That was one of the first watches I got in for review back in the day. It's actually a decent watch. But go ahead, Clyde. What were you saying?
But I think the 1935, the limited edition USA, I think that is like maybe a step or two down from the Vacheron 1921 driver's watch.
Okay.
Frankly,
I like the driver's watch. This is a sweet piece.
Now, Jason, you're saying once you've got moles, are you taunting me?
No.
Okay.
Definitely not.
All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll you guys about ready to call it a day then?
Sure.
So, all right. Thanks for coming on, guys. Thanks everybody for joining the chat.
Thanks for tuning in.
Everybody have a good weekend, guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.